Hi guys and welcome to another video. So today I'm going to be making my Euro 2020 predictions. I'm going to be going onto the UEFA website and going through their prediction sort of format, and we'll see who comes out the winner. So it should be interesting. Now, I don't really have too many ideas in my head of how this is going to go, so it'll be quite interesting to see how we actually end up. It's going to end up being a surprise to me. Now, I'm actually recording this video just 4.5 hours before Turkey do take on Italy in the opening game of the Euro, so I'm really squeezing this one in before the start of the tournament. So we'll head over to this website. Like I say, I have, of course, favourites in my head. For me, I think France are massive favourites, along with Belgium, some very, very strong teams in there as well. I think England, they could be dark horses. We do have some very, very good individual players, but I don't think, in my personal opinion, that Gareth Southgate has approached this tournament in the best way. For example, of course, the couple of games he had to sort of get the group gelled nicely together, he started using all the players that he knew he wasn't using, or at least bringing to the tournament for the last squad he was going to bring. So I didn't really understand that, particularly the final game where I thought he might try and get his best team together, but instead he was giving players opportunities who aren't even going to be taking part in the tournament, whereas other teams like Germany and Italy, they've been using their strongest squads or the strongest starting 11s almost, for their sort of friendlies and for their build-up games to this tournament, whereas I don't understand Gareth's thinking behind this. So anyway, we're going to head straight into it. We'll go to Group A. We'll start with this one here. Of course, we have Switzerland, Turkey, Wales and Italy. Now, I do think Italy are going to top this group. They have a really good mix between experience and youth coming through as well. They've, of course, one of my favourite goalkeepers on the planet at the moment, Donnarumma, in goal for them. He's only, 22, 23 years of age, yet he's already so experienced. He's got so many caps under his belt. He could prove to be vital for Italy if anyone does manage to get past that already very, very solid back line. But in second place, I am actually going to go for Turkey. I do think Turkey will have a little bit of an edge over Wales. I think they have that little bit more quality than Wales. Of course, Wales have some players that we will know, of course, but I just don't think they will be quite good enough to take on a quite solid Turkey side. But I do think Wales will finish third and Switzerland will finish bottom of Group A. So that is Group A complete. Now, heading over to Group B, we have Russia, Belgium, Denmark and Finland as well. So at the top of this group, easy peasy for me. You've got Belgium in there. They've got some class players. They're ranked first in the world for a reason. You know, they've got such strength in depth as well. You know, of course, Lukaku's been absolutely smashing it in Italy this year with Inter Milan. You've got Eden Hazard, of course, who's had a very up and down time in Real Madrid. You've got Kevin De Bruyne, who he looks like he's not going to be quite fit enough to make their first game in the Euros. He did pick up an injury, of course, in the Champions League final against Chelsea, where they did lose, of course, to Chelsea. But in second place, I am going to go for a Denmark, because, you know, Denmark, you've got some half-decent players in there as well. You've got the likes of Christian Eriksen, who can pop up with a moment of magic. I think that could be enough as a star man. And they've got some half-decent players within that Denmark squad as well. I'm going to go for Russia in third and Finland in fourth. So that is my Group B complete. Now, in Group C, it's a bit of a mixed one, this, but I do think Netherlands will absolutely smash this group, in my opinion. I think Austria will come second. You have Ukraine, I'll go for third, and Macedonia as well in fourth. I don't think they'll get maybe not even as much as a point in that group, without too much disrespect to them, but that is going to be a hard group for them. Group D now, where, of course, England are. I do think it's a difficult one, because I do actually think that we are going to come in second, England, in this group, which could actually end up being favourable for us in the long run. But I just see us the way we are, and with the last couple of games we scraped 1-0 wins. You know, we didn't look particularly convincing, even with some decent plays on the pitch, although, like I said earlier, they weren't exactly our best 11 in my opinion. But I still think we just don't look like we have a system, a personality to our game. I do think it'll carry us through, don't get me wrong, because we do have plenty of good individuals. That individual quality enough will be able to take us through the group stages. But I can see a draw or two within the group stages, which is what worries me. So I do think Croatia are actually going to top this group. I think we will finish in second. Scotland and Czech Republic, Scotland really don't impress me at all, but I think just on the balance of maybe being a little bit more favourable to a home nation, I will give Scotland third and Czech Republic in fourth. Now, Group E, we have Poland, Spain, Sweden and Slovakia. Now, I think the obvious one would be Spain, they've got, we've got it's another team that are mixed with experience and youth as well coming through. A really strong squad in Spain. Maybe not as strong as previous years, but they do have a strong enough squad in my opinion. So I'm going to put Poland in second, of course, a team with Lewandowski, and I expect them to go through. Sweden in third. It's mad to think that Seb Larsson, former Sunderland man as well, has been called up for this tournament. Is such a veteran player now, and what a quality player to have within the tournament. So I'm going to put Sweden in third and Slovakia in fourth. Now, it's the group of death. I couldn't believe this group when you see it. It's Portugal, France, Germany, and of course Hungary. I feel so sorry for Hungary. They must have seen that group and just thought, what an absolute joke. But I am going to go for France in first. I'm going to go for Portugal, actually, in second, You might think Germany have the strongest squad overall, but I just think, with Cristiano Ronaldo, with his leadership ability, not just his technical ability and his ability on the pitch, but his leadership can just drag teams through, And so it really is a flip of a coin for me with Portugal and Germany. I think Germany actually have a better squad, but I just think Portugal and the influence of someone of Cristiano Ronaldo's ilk, you just can't ignore that. And I'm going to go for Portugal in second, with Germany in third and Hungary in fourth. So that is Group F complete. Now we'll move down. It says predicts the 4 best third place teams. So it's the teams that I think will have the most points. But what I'll do here, just to be fair, is the teams that I do think maybe the better sides. I am going to go for Germany. I think Germany will find their way through. I think Sweden will as well. I think they'll have enough. Now, this is where it gets difficult. I think Wales will actually pick up enough points, because if you have a look at their group, Wales, Italy, Turkey, Switzerland, of course Italy, I can't imagine them getting anything from them, but maybe a couple of draws, or maybe even a win against Switzerland. I think Wales might be able to find their way through there. And now with the final 3, I think against Scotland, I could be nice and just say, because they're one of the home nations, shut them through. But I think out of the 3, Russia probably just edge it for me. Plenty of experienced heads in that Russia squad. And unfortunately, Ukraine and Scotland, we're going to be saying goodbye to. So now we're going to go through to the knockout stages where it gets all important. Now the first one here, we have Belgium versus Sweden. I'm going to go for Belgium. Again, Sweden full of experience, some good heads in there, but I just think Belgium will be far too strong for them. Next up, Italy and Austria. I'm going to go for Italy, sorry. That's an easy one for me. France, I think that could be a big scoreline for France, although Wales, with a bit of heart, they never know, they could give us an upset, but I don't think that's going to be the case. France, France for me, they have disgusting talent in that squad. If you just look at their front line, they have some players like Griezmann and Mbappe, they have Ousmane Dembele if they need him, Benzema they've brought back in, and that's just their front line. In the middle they've got Pogba, Kante. I think Kante's going to have a really strong tournament. I can't see why he wouldn't. So France for me, they've just got such strength and depth, and it's actually probably more interesting to look at the players that haven't got into that French side, because there's even better players, maybe or arguably, that have that find themselves not in that France squad. But now I thought it might have given us a bit of a leg up had we finished second. But of course, as you can see, England are going to be taking on France if they beat Poland, and I think we will beat Poland. Now, next up, Spain, Russia. I think Spain are going to have that one. And then Croatia versus Portugal. I think Portugal will have that one, which will bring us to a little bit of a derby there. Spain versus Portugal. That'll be a great game there. Germany versus the Netherlands. I do think Germany will have that one. Germany will just be able to pip Netherlands to the quarterfinals. Turkey versus Denmark. I think Denmark will be able to do it. Now head up to the top here again. We have Belgium versus Italy. This is going to be, or would be, a very it would be a very tough game. Belgium, Italy. I'm actually going to go for Belgium, I'm actually going to go for Belgium. Belgium will beat Italy there. Now, this is the one that you're probably waiting for. This isn't how I pictured it to go. But I personally cannot see an England side, or this England side, beating France. Maybe in previous years, but the squad that France have got right now, I cannot see England beating them. It's really difficult. This is really difficult. But I am going to go for a France win there. For England to be knocked out at the quarter-final stage, I could have easily been biased and say it's coming home, but this is just my predictions here. Spain versus Portugal. I do actually think Portugal will just about do it. Again, it's just that magic of Ronaldo. I think there's just that magic there that I think will take them through. Germany to beat Denmark, and that leaves us with a Belgium-France semi-final and a Portugal-Germany semi-final. Now, Belgium-France, I do think France are going to take on Belgium and beat them as well if that was to be the draw. It will be such a tight game. It really will, but I just think that lethal quality they've got up top. I just can't see anything other than France. Now, Portugal, Germany, again, I could just say the Cristiano Ronaldo factor, but with this one, I just think, again, they will already have met once in the previous group stage, Portugal and Germany, but this time I think Germany will get the better of them, and we'll have a France and Germany Euro 2020 final, where again, I'm going to put my bets all on the French. I think France will win it, and that is my predictions for Euro 2020. I'm probably horribly wrong, and I didn't expect it to go this way, particularly with England in the quarter-final there against France, but I just can't see many teams, if any, beating France. I just think they look that good. You can catch them on an off day. Maybe if England do take on France, it could be at Wembley, something like that, and with a crowd behind him on our day, and if France are having an off day, we could manage to do it, but I think my head here just has to rule it, and I can't see us beating France. So that is my Euro 2020 prediction, France to win the Euros. Now, you guys let me know down below, what do you think is going to happen in the Euro 2020? Who's going to win? Who's going to be your dark horse? And how England are going to do? Are they going to bring it home? But if you have enjoyed this video, please hit the like button for me. It'd be massively, massively appreciated. And subscribe to the channel if you're not already to become a fully fledged member of the Sassy Army. But for now, you take care. Stay jamming.